Hey everybody, this is Justin with Sillage Scents. Today I have got a comparison video for you. We're going to be looking at Versace Eros, the EDP versus the EDT, and we'll even throw in Flame just for the fun of it because I happen to have that one as well. I don't have the Parfum. In a recent video I said I have the Parfum, but I don't have all of them. What I actually have is all of them except for the Parfum. So we're going to be looking at the EDT and the EDP, which are very close. And I wanted to just sort of live for the first time, put them side by side and see what kind of differences I can distinguish. I know there's only a few differences other than, the density of the fragrance, one being a higher percentage of fragrance oils, and there's a few notes that are different. So let's check out what they are actually like. Now I've already got the dry down of the EDT on my left arm. I've got the dry down of the EDP on my right arm. And so I'm going to check out the openings, check out the dry down, and then we'll even throw Flame in there, although it's very different than both of them, just to talk about what we get. And so I've got this little 5 ml of the EDT. And what I'll usually do when I'm doing any kind of a comparison and I don't have a spray is just try to make my arm as wet as I can, or sorry, as wet as a spray would be, just by using, a little dropper bottle. So I'm going to go ahead and put the opening of the EDT on my right hand. I know that some would consider this fragrance to be kind of played out, because a lot of people have it, a lot of people wear it, but man, I love the Eros DNA. I've got several versions other than the actual Eros. I've got some other takes on that DNA. So I've got the EDT on my right hand. I'm going to put the EDP on my left hand. And let's see what we got. So in the opening, of course, in the EDT, you get that beautiful lemon, mint, apple, and you can actually pick out those notes, kind of the tartness and the brightness of the apple and the lemon and the mint, and then immediately you've got the vanilla. The sweetness of the vanilla is already present in the opening. And so I love that scent. It's so bright. And the mint adds just an extra freshness to the brightness of the apple and the lemon. And so let's go ahead and check out the EDP. All right, so in the EDP, you definitely still have the mint. You have, I think, like a candied apple instead of the green apple in the EDT. And in this one, you still get a very refreshing, kind of bright, sweet opening, but it is not quite as tart or sour, if that makes sense, as the EDT is. So it's definitely very similar, but there is some differences, maybe slightly less tart or slightly less sour. Let's go ahead and check out the dry downs. And so from the EDT, you have got vanilla and what I smell in the dry down is you definitely have the vanilla. I still smell some of the citruses as well. I know citruses aren't supposed to last. It's only been maybe about an hour, so maybe I've not let it sit quite long enough. But I still get the vanilla, I still get the citrus, and just that wonderful Eros DNA that we're all so familiar with. In the EDP, the EDP is stronger, as in there is more of the fragrance left on my arm, and as far as the amount of fragrance that went on my arms, they were pretty close. And in the EDP again, I've got the vanilla, I've got the, it's obviously not as bright in the dry down, but I still have some of that fruitiness, and then I've got the mint that's still hanging on as well. And so, I guess if I'm honest, the difference between the opening and the dry down of about an hour is just everything is toned down on the brightness and the refreshing quality, but you have the sort of sweet vanilla. I think there's some patchouli in here as well. and some of the other sort of woodsy base, sweet notes that are in the base. And you've got just like a thin layer of that bright, fruity, minty opening over top of it. I hope that makes sense. Now what I want to do is compare it to Flame. I think that more people need to try Flame. It is a very different take. I remember watching one of the popular fragrance YouTube guys saying that it's redundant to have to get Flame if you've already got the EDT. I couldn't disagree more. It's almost a completely different fragrance than the EDT or the EDP, and that's because in Flame, you have a green quality, an herbal quality that you're not going to get in any of the others. You've got an orange that is distinct from more the bright lemon that you have in the EDT. And so you've got this sort of spicy, herbal, green opening, but really that herbal quality, there's like some rosemary, there's some other herbs, some green notes that are in this, and the orange lasts for hours. And so you've got the original Eros DNA in the base, but on top of that, you've got some green notes, you've got an orange that is very distinct from the brighter citrus notes. It's almost like, it almost feels like a candied orange or something, like a heavier, weightier orange. And then you've also got some spices. I think you've got some cinnamon in here. There's a bit of a spicy edge. And so the way I look at it is you've got like the original Eros base, and then the top half of the fragrance is something all new and quite different. And so this is a long-lasting fragrance. It is distinct in the dry down. You can definitely catch that original Eros DNA even more. But if you love Eros and you want something a little bit different, then check out Flame because it is a great fragrance. I think it's probably more versatile as well. I have worn this to work. I've worn it to the office many times. And it fits. You don't want to spray yourself 6 or 7 times. Try 3 or 4 if you're going to be around other people, because it does have some power. But of course, the green notes, spicy green notes, set Flame apart, as well as that orange. All right, well, I hope that made sense. It's the first video like this I've done. Of course, in my own life, I'm always contrasting and comparing fragrances, but I figured I would talk through one of these and hopefully it didn't sound completely ridiculous. But thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe. 97+% of the people who watch my videos are not subscribed. That's because I'm a brand new channel. I've been going about a month. I have other things that I do, on social media and YouTube, but this is a separate deal. I'm not even putting it in front of the other audiences that I have. So please subscribe. Please let me know in the comments which is your favorite in the Eros line, and what are some of the differences you can tell between the EDT and the EDP, and what do you think about Flame? So thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe, and I'll see you soon on the next one.